off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast. Cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll you when I'm in a mud league. 2-0, Madden time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard, my team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is, now get it. Big Snoop Dogg, it's in the game.
Yeah.
I'm actually in the playoffs in my Madden League, yeah.
Got locks, I got some trusted shoes. Okay. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked, it's nothing new. Okay. Death comes in threes, wins come in twos, cash comes in ones.
Honestly, Rick just is like a bitch.
I do a good job, pull up and pop out and pull out. Head on and hood on, pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one, they want to keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets
I got on.
my bread as hard as a cruise on receipts in my pocket, don't come with a coupon. Okay.
I play FIFA too.
In the pocket, no change. Okay.
Those are the only two. I was about to say, I don't play much COD anymore because I don't like Warzone. Nobody plays multiplayer.
Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pounds. Somebody gonna want revenge.
I played it. I was about to say I played it for at least 9 or 10 hours with AJ and Ronnie. So.
Hotel lobby. Receptionist, what now? 11 a.m. Check out. Might give her one foul just to tell her it's one now. How come?
Fortnite just set up better.
Mama used to serve vegetables.
All right, Coach, it's the NFL playoffs on EA Sports, and we are at Wintry First Energy Stadium in Cleveland. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off, and his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Boy, an aggressive play call to start this game. It backfired, but aggressive, no question about that.
Is that one of those statement calls? Trying to let you know that they're going to be aggressive right out of the gate. But that one hung up just a little bit too long. He made a nice play on the ball defensively and was able to pick it off.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 21. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have, as they get him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
180. 50 seconds to Mike. Regular. Here we go. Pistol. Check 24. I got it.
Working out of the gun. Mayfield firing quickly here, and that's complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
180. Hey, 133. Spud.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. That's good for a 1st down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Run. 57's a Mike. Hey, wahoo! You don't want none. Pick up the ball. I got it.
From the gun, Mayfield. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 35.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this 1st drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? Mayfield to throw it. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Can we just take that run and turn it into a kind of a clip and save? Because that tells you everything you need to know about this drive. They've been moving the ball awfully well.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Mayfield to throw it this time. He finds his target, Beckham. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down. And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal. His pass caught at the 4. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their 1st drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So now things get interesting on 3rd and goal from the 1.
This almost becomes a Darwinian call, doesn't it? Almost survival of the fittest here. I know we can go all cliche. I'll go ahead and do it. Who wants it more here? Who has a better leverage at the line of scrimmage? Let's go and see what happens.
3rd and goal, they're going with Chubb. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on 1st down, but unable to do much from there. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. Every possession in the postseason magnified. And look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit. So every point is precious.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Not the way they wanted to begin things. You had the interception on the first play of the game. The good news, it only led to 3 points.
And remember our conversation with him prior to the ball game? He said they had something special designed for the first play. It didn't hit. Let's see if he can rebound from it and not let it get him down.
At the 29-yard line.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Check 37, check 37. Check 9, check 9.
Now Joe Mixon. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield, and he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Hey, orbit. Watch the twist, watch the twist.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. He'll let him go, and that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down.
First down.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you. King.
They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
A toss play to Chubb. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That really sets him back. A loss of 6.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
180! Alert, alert! Alert, alert!
Play fake. Mayfield. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? And turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better. Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
Well, he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, it's Mixon. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll get that one out quickly to Brown. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Now, those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he's got his target. That's more. First catch for him in these playoffs. He was held without one last week, but he's got a first down on that effort. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not
because
at all.
Those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
27-yard line.
Second and 11. Going for it all. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. 2nd and 9 now from the 21.
King. Let's see what you got. Switch.
And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
Zerline connects on the extra point. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Oh, good move. Oh, and now some space to operate. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. 9 yards on the first down keeper, and it's 2nd and 1.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Pistol. Out. Hey, exit.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
Regular. Hey, check Mike 21, check Mike 21.
2nd down, Mayfield. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead is now 24. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Here we go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the run.
Here's 2nd and 8. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 40. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense.
Following the interception, Mayfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Zerline now for the PAT. And they're able to up the lead by 1 more.
Makes the score Browns 31, Ravens nothing. Greg Zerline set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Able to shake him off. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
And let's pin the mirrors back in. Check 52. Deuce. Orbit. Taco. Hey.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He gets it to Brown, complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Nixon. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Check. Fresno. Okay. Slam.
They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. play action. They'll throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Again, it's Mixon. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at the Browns' 38.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
That's a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. Mixon with a first down carry. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
You can't block me.
On first down, Mixon. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. On 2nd down, Eckler. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Mixon. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Justin Tucker now for the Raven field goal try. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. Tucker's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 27-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, They're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. That's always puzzled me a little bit.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. On the crossing route, complete. That's Summers. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
Those are the real freaks.
Or not when they hear the explanation of how he, one of the bigger targets on the field, the tight end could be that wide open and uncovered downfield. Who blew that assignment?
Somebody did.
No doubt about it. There's no way you're not going to account for him.
That's it. That's it. Big hit.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. Now this one complete on the slant route. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Once again, they run with Mixon. They find some open field here. It's a big play there for Baltimore. Give him 42 yards on the ground.
Yeah,
he doesn't.
He doesn't like an orange jelly bean.
Coordinator saying, geez, we could have used a couple of these earlier in the game.
He's probably telling the head coach, well, talk to the run game coordinator about that. I just call the plays. We should have had this going right from the beginning.
Running on first down, Eckler. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Watch twins. Watch twins.
Now they run with Mixon.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Hey, we got a seal. We got a seal. We got a seal. Hey, watch seven. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Get him
And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining.
Hey, pick it up. Hey, let's go. Check. Crunch. Squeeze. Check.
They'll give it to Mixon. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
Shoot. Hey, check 24. Say.
Another try for Mixon. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Here's Mixon. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Maybe one final chance here to make this a bit more respectable as they'll go for it on 4th and goal. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. And here just playing for pride at this point. Down big, but they'll go for it on 4th and goal. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Browns drive about to get started, and they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. On first down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now this time he'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. 3rd and long for Mayfield. It's caught. Beckham. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough, tough way for it to end.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been...
With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habit. Look in the mirror now, I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to back. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you